Should have got my right elbow pointing at the rim a little bit more, fading right. But had two good looks, myself and Gordon. So shouldn't have come down to that. To us being down by 3 to them. You know, they played a solid game tonight, but we should have won that game based upon the amount of open looks that we got and the amount of runs we could have had if we could have slowed the game down with the ball going in the net rather than us kind of playing defense practically the whole game. So it's going to be games like that sometimes, some nights, and just got to weather the storm, and I felt like we did a pretty good job of that. They knocked down some shots, but for us, we kept attacking. We kept trying to do the right things on the offensive end and moving the basketball, and just didn't go our way tonight. So obviously there are some things on the defensive end that we can correct, some switching stuff and some communication stuff. But other than that, we just move on to the next one.
Offensively, was it their length that was affecting you, or is it any idea why the ball just wasn't going through the basket?
It's basketball. You can't make every shot every night, so it's just a realization of that.
In terms of cohesion, chemistry, where would you say this team is through 4 games?
I don't know. I don't mean that negatively. I just don't know. It's 4 games. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. So.
KYRIE, when you that little short jumper to cut it to 1, you seemed a little upset that. Did you want to shoot a 3? Did you want to kick it back out? You seemed a little upset after that made. I think made it 91-90.
Yeah, looking back on it, I wish I could have taken a 3 down the stretch, but we still had a good chance to tie the basketball game, leave it up to them making free throws. Could have been a tough 3 that I could have taken, but took the easy 2. So.
Defensively, how'd you feel you guys did? How'd you feel you guys did defensively?
We kept them 93 points, so I feel like we did a decent job. I think we kept them under 45% shooting as well. So there were some areas that we shined in, but like I said, Jonathan Isaac hit a nice pull-up. JT closed out pretty hard to him. He had a just impactful game where he created other possessions for them, or he kept possessions alive, and those guys were crashing offensive glass and keeping the basketball alive. So as well as they got to free throw line down the stretch a little bit, where they got us in foul trouble. I think it was the last maybe 5 minutes where we had about 3 fouls that really put them in the bonus going into the 2-minute span. So that one foul where JB hit DJ in the face and it gets him to the free throw line. That, I think we're down by 5 at that point. So it's a possession killer, but you gotta live with those sometimes.
How you put up 11 in the third quarter? What was your mindset coming out of the break?
Just stop thinking so much and push the basketball. Obviously, you try to be unselfish in the first couple minutes or the first half, and a couple easy ones didn't go down, and then we get it going. We get some momentum going into halftime. So I just wanted to carry that out going into the third quarter.
KYRIE, this is kind of I don't know if it's a lesson, but just Orlando's another team a lot of people talk about. They come in here and they play well. I mean, you're going to get every team's best shot. And this was an example. Just a team that no one can. Who comes in and plays well and beats you. Yeah,
I mean, but also I've been on a team before where we've had the target on our back, and it takes some getting used to. It really does. And I think that sometimes it's a little unfair of the expectations we have of our young guys and guys that have never been through things like this before, where the expectations to play at a certain level every single night is demanding on you, and including myself. As being on a team like this, where it's a challenge for me to figure out where do I fit in all this and how do I lead this team the best way I can with other great players. So, it's all a learning experience. I just try not to put too much pressure on it because, everybody else does enough of the pressure for us. So, I just try to keep everybody calm and keep myself calm, and just realize that it's a long season, and nights like this where you just take it as a hit on the chin as a learning experience, and you move forward.
Have you had any words for Jaylen Brown? It's been a rough start.
It's been a rough start for a few of us. So it's like like I said, it's for me. I think last year I try to think of the season as like kind of sequential. When I say we just want to make it through October, I'm just trying to get through October of starting the season off of obviously the excitement is now dwindling, and now we can finally just start playing basketball where the game becomes fun. It was just a lot of thoughts that could go into the season of what you expect to do, and then you come to the realization of where you are, and that hurts sometimes. And you just got to play better and just like I said, take a few hits on the chin and just weather the storm. You know, this is just a game, you know, but the good thing is that we have great teammates and great people in this locker room and a great staff and a great organization that believes in us. So, you know, coming after games like this, when you have guys still, you know, cheering up and getting everybody involved, it's always great.
Brad was saying,
You said a couple of times that your role is changing. What do you need to do, I guess, or what's the challenge for you of taking on that role with all the talented players you guys have?
Well, I feel like I'm just asking myself to do a lot more on the defensive end this year, of where, you know, I think the next, you know, 8 to 10 years, if I'm God willing enough to play that long, it's just I want to take that challenge on that end, and in order to do that, you have to be in phenomenal shape. And I think that even for me, I've come to the realization that I've coasted certain times on the defensive end throughout seasons and haven't taken the challenge. And this year, I want to take that challenge and stop my man and lead these guys on the defensive end first, because we all feel good when we can get out in transition and get easy baskets and everyone's playing hard. So, you know, that for me is a challenge just internally that I'm taking on. But in terms of figuring out how I fit in with other guys, it's going to take a little while, but I don't want anybody else to stop being who they are. But it's going to have a lot of commitment and sacrifice and understanding of that for us to be great going forward. So, like I said, it's fourth game, but obviously I've been analyzing this for a little bit. So, yeah.
Brad was saying how this was some of the best ball movement that he's seen of you guys. Just how promising was that aspect of the offense, and how can you build off of that?
It was great. It was great. We just got to knock down shots. That's all. I think also the speed of movement is a lot different than it was last year because of the emphasis that Brad's trying to put on of .5 basketball, of making just quick decisions and making sure everybody feels good about the offense and making hard cuts. Because I think he just imagines us, you know, we always can take the tough ones. Everyone on this team can ISO. Everyone can get a basket anytime they want. Anybody can go get it. But if we do the little things and we commit to that, then think about how special we can be. So.
Last question. When you guys are switching pick and rolls, it gets kind of complicated for you because then you have to go sometimes re-switch with the wing defender. How do you guys communicate those re-switches, and how do you feel the communication's been so far?
Obviously, it's still an area of emphasis for us because we have the dynamic of great length on the wings. So, you know, it's fast. So, just got to build on that communication, just continue to get better at it. But obviously, switching pick and rolls is we don't want to concede to the switches too much. Obviously, teams will start throwing it in, then they'll collapse our defense. So we still got to figure it out. But, you know, I think it's been going pretty well. It's just transition is killing us right now, where that's just effort. And then in half court, just being more communicative.
Mookie Betts was in the house tonight. Any thoughts on the Red Sox in the World Series?
Oh, man, good luck to the Red Sox, man.